So, my journey back to China started here at Brisbane Airport, where I caught a flight to Sydney. I stayed overnight in Sydney, and then the next day, I was back for my China Southern flight to Guangzhou. So, I've just arrived at the airport and got my ticket in hand. The last couple of days have been just a little bit frantic trying to fit in the 2 tests that I was required to take, and then getting an exemption to fly to New South Wales from Queensland, and then applying for the Green Health Code. But luckily at the last minute it all came together, and now I'm at Sydney International Airport waiting for my flight to Guangzhou. So I was actually hoping that the International Health Station or the dedicated quarantine facility in Guangzhou would be open by today, because I know that the hotel quarantine system is kind of like a lottery. You don't really know where you're going to go. At least with the health station, I had a fairly good idea of what it would be like, but unfortunately it's not open yet. So I guess when I arrive in Guangzhou, I'll find out where I'll be staying, and I'll be staying there for 3 weeks. Because if you've been following my Twitter updates, you'll know that in Guangzhou at the moment, you are now required to quarantine for 3 weeks. Previously, it was 2 weeks in a hotel and then 1 week at home. Now it's 3 weeks in a hotel. So for the next near month of my life, I'm going to be in a hotel. I don't know exactly how I feel about that yet, but I guess I'll know more when I arrive in Guangzhou and when I actually step into the hotel room to see what it's like. Also, just now checking in with China Southern, I was speaking Chinese with the check-in agent, and I haven't spoken Chinese for about 3 months while I've been in Australia. So yeah, I hope it wasn't too rusty. It was good to speak in Chinese again, and yeah, I guess that's a little taste of what life's going to be like, you know, when I get back to China. So yeah, I don't know how I feel at the moment. Obviously with COVID-19 and the way the world is at the moment, I don't really know when the next time I'll be home will be, and that's a little bit unsettling. But at the same time, I'm looking forward to getting back to China, to seeing my friends, obviously seeing my dog Mei Ling, and just getting back to work. So I think I've just got to focus on that for now, and take it one step at a time. The airport was eerily quiet, although I did spot this bilingual advertisement with some Chinese. Unfortunately, the duty-free store was closed. Then I boarded the plane. All of the flight attendants were wearing full PPE, so I knew this flight would be a little bit unique.
很好看，是你自己画的吗？对的。
But as you can see, the flight attendants did add some creativity to their suits. That said welcome home. A nice touch, I reckon. It was surreal to see how familiar things on this flight were while also being so different. I found this awesome feature on the in-flight entertainment system with footage from cameras attached to the plane. So one thing to know on these flights is they don't offer any in-flight service. Instead, you get a plastic bag full of snacks at the beginning of the flight. I brought along some of my own since I'm allergic to gluten, and I'm glad I did. So after a while, I just decided to relax, watch some movies, and try to enjoy the rest of the flight. Look, it's China. So we're about 50 minutes away from landing in Guangzhou, and I've just spent the last 8.5 hours watching movies. There was no food service on the flight. I'm actually pretty hungry. We only had snacks. I had a few protein bars, so I'm hoping that we can get through the airport. I can get to my quarantine hotel as soon as possible, and that there'll be dinner there tonight. Fingers crossed. crossed. I've just seen China on the aircraft cam for the first time in 3 months. Back in China. Here's the descent into the Guangzhou Baiyun International Airport. It was a pretty smooth landing. So I've just been given a piece of paper with the number on it, and I think I'm waiting to go through customs, but we'll find out in a moment. And I've just filled out my information via WeChat for a QR code to go through customs. After what felt like a million temperature tests and a COVID test, it was time for me to get on a bus and head to my quarantine hotel. Where we were headed was anyone's guess. Hotels are allotted randomly. So here we are, arriving at the hotel. I recently made a vlog about my quarantine hotel experience, so make sure you check it out. Thanks for watching.